outside of the courthouse at Carroll County. It is Saturday afternoon, approximately 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to take another walk down the. What's happening? Another walk down the sidewalk there. Let's take a peek from it, long distance, so you can see. That's it. That's it. See who we can see today. See if I can run into some good interviews, get people's reactions. We're now 2.5 days in. Well, not 2.5. We'll call it 2 days with the half day on the first day, and then we had a half day today so far. And it sounds like they came in at around 10 o'clock this morning. They being the attorney's defense was seen walking in. I was not here. I was doing some family stuff. My niece, Reese, was she had her bat mitzvah this morning, so she was doing her Torah reading, and I had the honor and privilege of translating what she read, and I did that via Zoom, so that was nice to be able to do that. And then I made my way over here. So I'm going to try to find a camera person, I think, somebody who can kind of hold my camera for me. Because I'm not great about putting the mic. Sometimes I forget to put the mic to my mouth when I'm asking questions, and I know you guys can't hear it. And usually my questions are pretty decent. So technically, I really want you to hear what I'm asking, because I'm trying to engage in conversation. So let's start going. I'm gonna see if I can find a camera person. Oh, all right. So you want to be on camera? Do you want to? Can I ask you a question off camera? Okay. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Oh shit. Oh no, it's on me. It's on me. Anyway.
You're fine.
So are you local?
No, I'm actually helping Lee, lawyer Lee, coordinate her line.
Heroes.
No, well, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Yes, you are. Everybody who's out here helping lawyer Lee and Andrea get in there with me so that we can do what we do and do the reporting is heroic in my book. And I think most people out there will do that. So, have you been keeping track of what's going on in there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So where are you at? So we're 2 days into deliberations. Are you surprised it's going this long, or are you not surprised?
Not at all. I'm not super surprised. It's a lot of stuff to think about, a lot of evidence. I was hoping we'd come back with a quick verdict, just because trying to keep everybody in the line and everything, but no, I totally understand.
Yeah, no such luck. It's so do you have an opinion? What are you thinking? What do you think? So there's two questions really. There's the question of what you think should happen, and then there's the question, what do you think the jury's going to do? So answer what you think the jury's going to do in this thing.
I think the confessions, just knowing how Indiana is, a lot of trust in law enforcement, I think that's a big hurdle. Personally, I think he's not guilty. I think the police have not done a great job investigating the case, so.
I think that's a very fair assessment. I think it's a very, very fair assessment. All right, well, keep fighting the good fight. We appreciate you, everything that you're doing. We'll see you around. All right, let's go. What's up, guys? You guys want to be on camera? You guys want to be on the live? You guys, sure you do. Of course you do. All right. So, hey, and remember, I'm looking for a camera person, by the way. Somebody wants to follow me around with the camera. All right, so give us your names, where you're from, how you got interested in this case.
Fort Wayne. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Taven, Fort Wayne.
All right, so you guys are coming down from Judge Gull's neck of the woods. All right, so you've been down, the first day down? Are you on verdict watch, or you've been down here for part of the trial, or what?
Yeah, a few times we've been down just to walk around, see Delphi, the trails, what have you. Yeah.
So you didn't make it into the courtroom for any of the testimony?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right. So are you keeping track of what's going? You've been watching some coverage and checking it out?
Just a few videos.
Every day, every minute of every day.
Right. All right. So where are you guys at? So there's two questions I'm going to ask people. I'm going to ask the question of what they think might happen, or what they think should happen, and then what do you think the jury's going to do? Because they're two very different things, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely there.
So what do you think the jury's going to do?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
It's hard to know.
They're obviously and they're arguing. I think it was probably like two people. Two people are.
See, my camera works.
Yeah, you know. It's all right.
We can be a grammar person.
So.
I will recruit. I'm not shy of doing it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very fair answer. What do you think about what the jury is going to do?
I think it's going to be a hung jury, but I think he's innocent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on innocent.
You're on innocent. Investigation under microscope. You know how much weight that's going to give, because the last gal I just talked to, she was very much of the mindset, you know, Indiana likes to believe in their law enforcement. They like to believe that they're, you know, out there doing the right thing, and you know, she thinks that the confessions are have a lot of weight, you know, but is that counteracted by just kind of the concept that they didn't do a great investigation? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and that, you know, there's just not enough for me to believe somebody's guilty. You know, there's not enough. There's not enough. There's no prints, no nothing. A bullet that could have belonged to anybody.
Including Brad Weber. I mean, his gun wasn't excluded, so yeah, I mean, that's the word on the street. So, all right, you guys, I'll be back unless one of you guys does really want to follow me around and hold the camera. Okay, so that would be awesome. All right, you're amazing. So, you know how to switch? Are you familiar with iPhones?
Yep.
Okay, so just tap. Yeah, keep it on us, and then when we get to like a person, if they're willing to talk, I'll sit next, and then, you know, you just film us. All right, cool. All right, and I got about three feet of yeah, that's great. All right, okay. Oh, we got a youngster here. Hi, y'all. Would you guys? I'm trying to get some reactions. Would you guys be willing to come on the live? Don't be shy. You look fabulous. Would you mind coming on? All right, good. I'm gonna. You don't want to go on live?
No.
What about if I just do your voice? Will you do your voice? Okay. So all right. So switch it off. Look down there.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's fine. All right. So what's your name? You can just give your first name if that's fine, or your first and your last. It's up to you.
No.
Okay. So neither. All right. So fair. All right. So are you from the area?
Around, yes.
Okay, and I'm going to assume that you've been following the case for 7 years. Okay, so where are you at? What are you thinking? So there's two questions I'm asking people. One, what do you think the jury's going to do? And then two, what do you think should happen based on what you've heard? So answer the jury one first.
I just want it done right. That's where I'm at. It just needs to be done correctly. And I think with them taking this long, I think it will be.
I agree. I want a long deliberation. You want that. I think it's necessary. No matter which way they come down, you want them to have gone through everything thoroughly, not once, not twice, 3 times, had the debates, had the deliberations. You know, I mean, that's all I can ask. So what is your view? Do they have the right guy?
I think there's a lot of questions.
Right.
Some good, some bad. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see a world in which, you know, people can see that he did it, you know, and I definitely see a world in which people are like, he didn't, you know. Yep. So, all right, awesome. Either you want to talk? Oh, scaredy cat. All right. What about you? No, you're off? All right. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Come on. Good. See, you've been volunteered. Now, do you want to be on? Do you want to be on camera?
Sure.
Good. I like that. All right. So, tell us your name.
Megan.
Okay, and you've heard the questions. I assume you heard what I was asking over there, right?
Yeah, bits and pieces.
All right. So we're 2 days in, and what do you think is going on with the jury right now? Where do you think they're going to land on it?
I think there's a few people that have doubt, but I personally think he's not guilty.
Okay. And so what do you think the jury is going to do? You think it's going to be hung?
Yeah, I think it might be a hung jury.
I mean, if you have a battle going on in there and you have people just dug into their positions, which you want. I mean, you want jurors not caving because of pressure from other jurors. If they're resolute in the way that they feel, you know, I mean, that's obviously not optimal for Richard Allen. If you guys don't know, if it's a mistrial because the jury cannot reach a verdict, that means he's going to get tried again. Like, the state has the option to try him. We can all be pretty secure in the fact that they would definitely retry him. and he's got to stay in custody. I mean, they could try to get a bond for him. Gull will still be the judge. So nothing will change. It'll just come back. She won't change her mind on what's going to be allowed in terms of defenses. So it'll be basically a do-over of the same thing. So, all right, you been in there at all?
No. Today's our first day up here.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I mean, what is it? 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
3 more hours. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make a decision today. We'll find out. We'll find
Yeah,
out. Well,
find
thank
out.
you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for volunteering your wife. What a good guy. You wanna come on?
Sure.
Of course. I mean,
Yes.
that would be very unfair if you
Yeah.
weren't. So what's your name?
Caleb.
Caleb. All right.
Yes.
So same questions. What are you feeling that the jury's gonna do on this thing?
Right now, I think it's a hung jury. I heard something earlier. They were asking for evidence this morning, so that means somebody's probably dug in, and whatever side it is, they're trying to convince the other side, hey, go back, listen to this, go back, listen to that. Now, if it's a mistrial, hopefully it's not, because there's another millions of dollars.
$2 million bucks, right? They've
Um,
spent four of your taxpayers' dollars here on this. So
Yeah, and I mean, we live an hour away, but
trust me,
I
they're going to
think-
go to the state asking for money. Like they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, so you're all paying for it. The whole state's going to ultimately be paying for it at
Yeah.
some point.
And I heard you say that Judge Gall, if there's another trial, that she would be over it, which I think is. I had problems with her after the attorneys resigned but didn't resign. I thought she should have been removed then. She already went to the state Supreme Court and they reinstated the lawyers. So I was kind of questioning, like, why is she still here? There's clearly a problem between the two parties.
Right.
So if she's back on it, where does that land? Probably the same place. And
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be essentially the exact same trial. I mean, the question's going to become, are Rosie and Baldwin going to do it again?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're appointed. Theoretically, they don't have to.
Yeah.
Now they may feel that they need to, you know, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of questions if it comes down to it. So, all right. So, what's your feeling? Do they have the right guy?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I think it's one of the two that lived in that down there. I think it's one of the two. I mean, Weber changed his story, his time frame, and why else would you do that? If at first he didn't want to be in the area. He was servicing his ATMs. Okay. Then they arrest somebody for it. They put all their cards on the table for Richard Allen. So now he can say, "Oh, I was at home sleeping," because good luck convicting him,
Right.
Weber now.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, when he came back the second time, so when we were in the courtroom, when they put Weber on the first time, kind of lost his shit.
Yeah.
You know, he got real upset. Seemed like he was prepped by the time the defense called him. He was a much different witness, which, you know, I mean, at that point, it kind of begs the question whether or not they should have called him again or left the jury just kind of like sitting with him, kind of losing his shit
Yeah.
on the stand. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to know. But I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Appreciate
Hey,
you, man.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Frank, come in. Chat. So we're 2 days, just about 2 full days in. Where are you at with this?
Well, I mean, considering we had over 300 pieces of evidence that was entered and we had 60 plus witnesses, they've got so much to go through, guys. It might take a few days before we get a verdict. Don't be surprised if we don't get a verdict today.
I agree.
You know,
agree.
it's just the way it works.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, we want them deliberating.
exactly.
Yeah.
They want the right information and make a decision on the right information. So we're just here to see if they're going to do it today, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, what do we have? 3 hours left before Gull says she's going to usually cut it every day at about 4. So,
Right.
you
And
know.
they're not working over, so that's telling us right there they're taking their time on this.
Yeah, which I appreciate personally. I want them
Exactly.
doing the deliberations. And, you know, frankly, in terms of being on a jury like this and a case like this, it's a huge burden on them. You know, that like I wouldn't want to be in there. I honestly wouldn't. But so
Like we talked yesterday, Bob, I said, you know, whatever the decision is, if it's not guilty or if it's a hung jury, we've got to live with that. Plain as it's just
Or
simple as
guilty,
that.
either way, no matter which way you
It doesn't
fall on this
matter.
thing, right?
And once it's over with, we just got to move on with our lives and pray for the families that they get over this. That's all we can do.
Here, here, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good to see you. Hey, Frank Meister, you always got to give your show, dude.
Hey, man. Peace out. One love, guys. Love you guys.
All right, so there's Frank. All right, see you guys. We did you guys already, right?
Bye.
You want to get on?
Sure.
Come on, bring it in. Bring it in. Tell us.
This
Tell us
is
your
my
name.
jury selection, buddy.
Love that. I love that shirt. Absolutely. So tell us your name.
I am Marv with Beyond the Evidence.
Excellent. So I've been asking 2 questions. First question, what do you think the jury will do? And then what do you think? They got the right guy. So first, what do you think? Because those are different things, right?
Yeah. Are you talking about how long they're going to deliberate and all that good
No,
stuff?
what do you think they're going to come back with? If you had a gut, we're 2 days in, if you're counting the half day first day and half day today, full day yesterday, where do you think they're at?
I think they're still discussing and going through all the evidence.
Yeah.
This is complex circumstantial case, and they're going to have to talk through everything.
Definitely.
So I think it could go into Monday.
I'm firmly convinced it's going to go into Monday.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be surprised if they came down with a verdict today, but you never know. There's one thing that I know about the law. You never know what a jury's going to do, ever. You can't
Exactly.
predict it.
I've watched enough trials to know that.
Yep. Can't know. I've tried enough cases. I thought I knew juries, and they're like, I got way more wrong than I ever got right. So, and what's your feeling? They got the right guy?
I feel they got the right guy.
All right. So, keep up the good fight.
You betcha.
Keep hanging out here. It's good to see you.
Yes.
Did you told people where you're at, where they can find you?
Marv with Beyond the Evidence.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Marv.
Been live all day.
All right. Good to hear it. All right. Keeps going. Carino, you want to come on? I know we have beef all the time, but do you want to come on? So I'm asking 2 questions. One, we've got the jury out. So which are 2 different questions. So one, what do you think the jury is going to do?
Okay.
So we're about 2 days into it. They're obviously deliberating hard, which we all want to see. And then what you'd like to see happen, whether you think they got the right guy or not. So answer the jury one first. And first, tell people where they can find you.
I'm Anthony Greeno from True Crime Investigation Unsolved on YouTube. Really, I look at this as starting from the jury trial on instead of anything previous to that.
Right.
And the way I look at it is I wasn't in court for every day, and even if I was, I still couldn't see all the evidence because they only showed the jury some.
Right.
So I can't say whether or not they would say guilty or not guilty because I'm missing some of the evidence.
Yeah.
What I believe, in my personal opinion, is that Richard Allen's guilty. He fits my profile. But ultimately, I just want closure for both families in this community. That's really all I want.
100%, man, 100%. And it's tough. It's like I sat in there every day, and like you said, it's like there was tons of evidence that we didn't get to see. It's like if they put it on the big screen, we got to see it. Like I didn't get to see sketches and shit that they were just handing out, the paper and publishing to the jury. It's like we got to see some of the videos, but there was a lot that we didn't get to see, and because we're not mainstream media, we didn't get to see what they got to see in terms of what they were looking at. So yeah, I'm with you, but I mean the kind of the gut feeling that I'm getting is that they're in there, they're doing their job. It's all we can ask from our jury. You want them in there because they know, they got 2 devastated families from the victim side over there. They got Kathy Allen, who's devastated in her own way. Her life was torn down to the studs as well. So
Right.
It's like they know, man, it's a heavy duty to sit on a jury like that. So I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, let's keep rolling. Any interest in talking?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Awesome. I'm Bob Mata.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm asking people a couple questions. First, are you local?
I live in Monticello, but I am on the Carroll County line, so we're Carroll
I'm,
County.
I'm actually staying out there. A lovely little town.
It is.
It is.
yes.
So first question, and they're 2 different questions. So what do you think the jury is going to do ultimately? Now we're 2 days in, right? And then the second question is, do you think that they have the right guy? So what do you think the jury is going to do?
Well, I've heard that they're really hard to read, so it could go either way. I'm hoping, I feel in my heart that he did it. But
Okay.
is there enough evidence? That I don't know.
Right.
That I don't know.
And that's the thing, right? I
Right.
mean, it could be that he's the right guy.
Right.
And they just, Because I mean, I think everybody agrees, no matter which way you kind of fall on this thing, that the investigation was not great, right? I mean, there were a lot of problems with the investigation. I think
But in defense of Delphi, this is not something they were prepared to do.
100%.
You know, like this is a small town.
Yeah,
It really
100%.
is. It really is. So when this happened, in their defense, you know, it was something none of them had really experienced, or if they had little experience with it. Yeah.
I guess my counter to that is that why do you uninvite the feds to the party then? You know, it's like that was Holman's call. Like they had the FBI involved, they had all the resources and the tools that comes with that.
Right.
And in August of 2021, he's like, thanks, no thanks, you know? So it's like,
And who knows
I hear
why,
what you're
you
saying
know?
though, like
Right.
like this type of crime, like at the beginning of it, you know, they're overwhelmed. They don't deal with this kind of thing
Right,
here.
right.
This is not Delphi. This is not the kind of thing that you deal with.
Right.
So like
This is very
100%.
small town,
100%.
local business. I mean, it is definitely rural America.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm from Illinois, so I'm a Midwestern guy
That I know.
myself.
I know who you
yeah,
are.
yeah,
I know
so,
who you are. Yeah.
And I don't live in Chicago. I actually live about 45 miles west, so I'm actually closer to the cornfields, than I am to the
It's
city.
a suburban type.
No, beyond that. I'm closer
Oh,
to
nice.
DeKalb. I'm out in the
Nice.
cornfield, so
Nice.
I appreciate you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Nice
You
to
have a
meet you.
great day.
You too. You're doing great work over here, by the way. All right. You guys wanna? You're good. You're good. You guys wanna chat? No. You guys are press. Oh, boring. You want to chat? Okay. Nope, you're good. You guys want to chat?
I'm good.
You good? You're good? Do you guys want to chat?
No thanks.
All right. I tried. All right. Hey, Lauren. Hey, what's up? All right, so quick, 2 days in, where you at? What do you think is going on?
I don't know.
Oh, now Lindsay's gonna get shy.
No, I don't really know. I think that they're deliberating. I think that they're either crossing their T's and dotting their I's, or it's full on war.
Yeah.
So that'd be my guess. All the possibilities are my guess.
Yeah, I have you guys had the defense attorneys come out, or have they still been in there as far as you guys know? They're still in there. All right. So I mean, I'm assuming that what happened is there was some kind of evidence view, right? Typically, questions won't take that long, right? So typically, questions go in. Whatever the question is, the judge will say, "This is how we'll ask it," or "Are we willing to answer it?" And then they come out. So it seems like they've been doing something that would take some time. So yeah. So you think they're going to come back today?
I don't. Mm-mm.
All right, let's go to Lee. Thanks, Lindsay. Lee, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, did you get a good night's sleep?
I did.
All right. So sorry. So where are you at today?
So I don't know. It's taking longer than I thought. I'm already off. I thought they'd be back yesterday, so they're not. And if they're still reviewing, then it could be a while. Maybe it'll be not today. Maybe it'll be next week.
Yeah, my gut's telling me we're not going to get a verdict today, but I never know. I'm never right. So
Exactly. I thought Friday, so I'm already wrong. My prediction's no good.
all right. So now that we have both Andrea and Lee here, people were giving me all kinds of shit because my mod made a thumbnail with AI. And they thought that I was like, why aren't you making it look like Lee and Andrea? So I just want you guys to know that I didn't make it, first of all, and it was not in any way trying to. We were all AI images, all of us. So somebody had mentioned that in my chat, so I just wanted you guys to know if that was it.
I look good.
I thought you looked amazing. So I thought we all looked amazing, but whatever. So all right, what's the plan? Are you gonna, if no verdict, you're just gonna try to relax all day tomorrow, get some good sleep?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I had a blast with you. I wish I could have hung more, but people loved when it was you, Allie, and Andrea. People love powerful attorneys that are women. So I was glad that you guys were able to do that.
Yeah. Well, it was good to do.
Yeah. All right, and maybe we can do it again tonight. We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, Andrea, where are you at?
What's up, Bob?
Hey, what's up, girl?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So where are you at today?
We're waiting. We
We're
continue
waiting.
to wait. We can
So what are you thinking? You think we're getting a verdict today?
It's impossible to say. I do think the fact that the day off tomorrow, where they don't have contact with their families, they don't have their phones, maybe they'll get an activity. I guess we didn't hear anything about that, but it doesn't really give them a whole lot to look forward to. So it does incline me to think that if they aren't able to get it done today, it's because there are significant disagreements on the jury. And I would just point out, I think that should give everyone who's watched this case some pause, because folks have had a lot of confidence about their perspectives in the case, and they think it's easy to take for granted that the jury is going to see things the way that they do. And it does appear that it's not such an easy decision for this jury to make.
Gosh, she's so smart. So smart. I've been saying the same thing. I mean, it's just not one of those cases where this is an open shut thing. Like we've had cases and trials where it's kind of like, pretty evident. This is not that. It's never been that. So I think. Well, what do you think about the concept? What if they ask for extra time? So they've given the jury the option to be able to say, you know what? We want to go a little bit longer today. Like, how would you take that? Would you take that as maybe a sign that they're close? Like maybe they think get something done?
Yeah, I would take that as a very positive sign. It means that they're making progress. They're not ready to give it up yet. So I think that would tend to be an optimistic perspective, that there's still ground to be gained.
Yeah. I'm getting more and more nervous about a hung jury, to be honest with you. I mean, every hour that ticks, but you can kind of look at it both ways, you know? I mean, if you use the old each day of trial should equate to an hour of deliberation, I mean, we still haven't hit that number yet, so maybe it's that, but it's impossible to know.
Well, it is. It's been a massive volume of information in this case, 18 days of trial. The jury absolutely wants to be careful and make sure that they've considered everything from all options. So this is one of the reasons why it is a bit fruitless to try to read the tea leaves with what a jury is doing.
So hard not to do.
It is. It is. We all want to know, but the reality is it is always just guesswork. So what will be, will be.
Yep. I mean, you're awesome. You're the best.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. Well, if you guys need anything, you know, I'm here. I'm here for you. All right. All right. And you guys want to come on camera? Oh, what's up? Hey, you doing? You do? Hey, so how do you think your son did on the stand?
Well, I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but I heard he did great.
He was phenomenal. He was my favorite witness.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, sure.
He really was.
I
had said on my live, I said I wanted to put him in a headlock and give him a loving noogie. You know, I was really proud of him, and he's not even my kid. But as a father, I'm sure you were. And
I could have told him, don't mess with him. He loves to argue. It's his favorite thing. So
that's why he's going to law school.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Yeah,
that's the thing. So, well, congratulations on raising a great kid. Are you mom?
Yes.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Bob Mata, in case you don't know. So, how are you guys feeling about this? Do you guys have any thoughts in terms of what might be going on with the jury up there?
I mean, we're just hoping that they come back with an innocent, not guilty verdict.
Yeah.
I mean, Max has said for over a year and a half this guy had nothing to do with it, and so, you know.
I mean, every attorney that's touched that and people that are working with the attorneys has said the same thing. I mean, it's been pretty, and it's unusual. I mean, typically, like what attorneys are allowed to say is our client's presumed innocent. Right. So when you have defense attorneys kind of like willing to take that step over the line and say, our guy's factually innocent, you know, you got to give it weight, you know. So, but what do you think?
Innocent.
Innocent?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm
Get
little
in
sis-
here,
I'm little
get
sister.
in here. So
I-
you're Max's sister?
Yeah.
All right. So have you been following the case?
Yeah, I have.
I imagine your brother's deep in it. So, so what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think he's innocent. Based on what I've read and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you think the jury's going to do? Because those are two different questions, right? It's like, what do you think the jury's going to do, and what do you think?
I don't know.
personally?
I think based on everything that's been said and like all the, all the evidence, I think that the jury's gonna say he's not guilty.
Awesome. All right.
Well, that's what I think. That's what I.
Can we get you? I think we should get you on. I think we should. So who are you?
My name is Lindsay Rosie, and I'm the other half of Brad.
So you are Brad's wife.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of sitting next to Lindsay during her husband's closing arguments, which was a nice thing to do. So what are you thinking on this thing?
You know, it's I think it's a tragic injustice is what I think it is.
Yeah.
And I hope that the jury does the right thing and acquits him. And I think it's a tragic injustice for everybody involved.
I do
And
too.
I feel for the families of Abby and Libby, and I feel for the Allen family. And I just think that, they got to get the right person, and it's not Rick. So,
I mean, what else can you say?
yeah.
You're awesome.
And we
Thank you.
appreciate everybody's support.
Yeah,
we feel the support from everybody. So
I hope so. All right,
Yeah.
bring it in here. You don't get to be shy. All right, so what's your name?
I'm Amelia Rosie.
So Dad, the proud daughter.
Yep.
So how you been feeling about this?
Well, we're definitely ready for it to be over. I mean, we know how hard my dad and the whole entire team has worked, so we're just hoping that the jury takes everything that is being said into consideration and makes the right choice. And
It's hard, right?
It is hard. It's
So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 17. I'm a senior.
So I have 3 daughters, and when Allison and I tried a case like this, was it hard? Like, your dad's been gone a lot, right?
Yeah.
For the last 2 years,
Yeah.
it's been like kind of absentee, not by choice, but because he's
Yeah.
doing what he has to do. So from that side of it, I mean, has it been hard for you? Because I always wondered, like, I went like 3 months without seeing my daughters, but for like one day
Yeah.
when I was trying that case, and it was in a different state. But have you been able to kind of like power through it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird not having him around as much, but he's there for the important stuff. I mean, I've had a senior night so far for sports, and make sure he's there for that, and he's there when he can be.
Yeah.
But he knows that he has all of us supporting him, and we know that he's working hard on this case, so we understand.
And he's done a phenomenal job. As a fellow defense attorney, I tell him all the time, it's like he's done us all proud from the defense bar. So this is the question everybody wants to know. Are you thinking about going to law school?
Ooh, I don't know. After this, I'm not so sure about that. But
That is the correct answer. No, I tell all my kids, do not go to law school. Be happy. Be happy in life.
Happy.
Don't go to law school.
Right.
All right, well, I appreciate you. You're
Well, yeah.
awesome. Thanks. Give me a hug. All right.
It's nice to meet you.
You too. You too. All right, you guys. All right. Of course. We haven't talked to you yet, and we need to talk to you. So, all right. Okay. Give us your name,
Donnie
date of
Koontz.
birth, social security number. All right. So
I'll be 53 this year.
I was kidding about that. Just
I'll
your
give
name.
it out. Hey,
We don't give out our government names on this show.
I'm Donnie Koontz. I've been following this case from day one. I've followed a lot. There's been a lot change and a lot go totally off the wall.
Speak up, Donnie.
Okay.
Why are we whispering? I've heard you loud plenty, brother. This isn't the time to whisper.
Okay, well, I honestly think Richard Allen is innocent. I mean, there's not enough to really say that he's guilty. I mean, there's everything that the court has put, that the defense or the prosecution has put in my eyes, debunked.
All right. So that's your perspective. What do you think this jury's going to do?
They've got a lot to work out. They've got to think of both families. They've got to think of everything involved.
Yep.
They've got to weigh what they think's right and what's wrong.
Yep.
Because they've got a little bit of both.
Yep.
There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of hidden information. And the hidden information is what's not there.
Yeah, and they can't consider it, nor do they know to consider it. If you know what I mean, they have to deal with what they were presented in court, and that's it, right?
I think after this court's all over and they go back and look, there's going to be some repercussions.
I'd be very interested to be able to get some of these jurors on to see if they dig into this case when they get out there, no matter which way they come down on it.
Exactly, because it would be interesting to know what they think about the information they didn't get.
Yep.
That could be the information that solves this case.
Could be. Could be. All right, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Many lives, and I enjoy it.
Appreciate that. Let's go. Get off the phone. Are you going to talk on your phone during the interview, or what's going on?
I'll call you back. Bob's going to do an interview with me.
All right.
All right. Radar said, hi, Bob.
Hey, what's up, Radar?
You need to get out here. I got to go.
AKA Radar.
Yeah, AKA
That's
Radar.
right. That's right.
You need to get over here, he said.
Well, I didn't say that, but
Well,
I concur.
okay.
I concur.
Yeah,
She read
concurs.
my mind. We'll
Yeah.
put it that way.
All right, I'll call you back. We love you too. Bye.
Wow. Wow. All right, so name.
I'm Jenny Kroom.
All right, Jenny. So I've been asking 2 questions, okay? The 2
Okay.
questions are, first, what do you think the jury's going to do here?
Well,
okay, and
okay.
the second question, do you think they got the right guy? So answer what you think the jury, because those are different questions.
Okay. Well,
right?
for the jury, I believe the longer it goes, not guilty, and I believe he's not guilty to begin with.
Okay. So do you think we're going to get a verdict today?
Possibly. I don't know.
It's getting short.
It's getting short, but the longer it goes, it don't look good for old Nicky boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think that concept that you brought up is right, though. I think that in a case like this, where you've got devastated families on both sides, you've got 2 little beautiful girls that lost their lives, you know, they are going to make double, triple, quadruple sure that they've gone through everything.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to go into that courtroom and acquit somebody that law enforcement has told the families, that the prosecutor has told the families is the right guy, it's a big task. I don't envy them. I don't. It's probably one of the toughest choices they've ever had to make in any part of their life.
Yeah.
You know.
And what was the second question you asked me?
I think you answered them both. Whether or
Okay.
not they got the right guy.
Yeah, I don't think they got the right guy just because there's no DNA. There's not enough, and the description does not look like Rick's. What the witness has said is not. Does not match Rick.
All right. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Remember,
to see.
I'm truth seeker.
All right. Good. All right. Appreciate you. All right, you guys ready to come on? I can see you're fixing your hair. Good. I'm gonna see. Can I sit right in the middle? All right. Good. Awesome. All right. So, I'm gonna interview you first. What's your name?
My name's Marcy.
Hi, Marcy.
Hi.
I am Bob Mata.
I know who you are.
All right. So, I've been asking 2 questions. And the
Okay.
2 questions are: what do you think the jury's going to do in this matter? And
Um,
the second question,
okay.
I want you to think of both because they're different things. The second question is, do you think that they have the right guy? All right, so answer the jury question first.
Okay, so I'm not sure what they're going to do because I've obviously listened to both sides. I've made up my own mind, but that doesn't mean I know what they're going to do. And what was the second question again? Sorry?
Do you think they have the right guy?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Right. So you think the longer this goes, do you lean towards thinking it's a hung jury, or do you think that it's just them deliberating just to be extra sure of what their decision is?
I'm going to say I think sadly it's going to be a hung jury just because I know a lot of them it's like a split between them. We had some that were more for the prosecution, more was for the defense, but I mean, I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to know.
Yeah.
I say it all the time in my lives. You
Mhm.
never know what a jury's going to do.
Yep.
And that's facts. All right, you're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. What's your name?
My name's Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Hi, Bob.
So, you heard the questions,
Yeah.
obviously. So, what's your gut telling you on the jury?
I really hope we have an answer today. We came from Fort Wayne to be here, hopefully, for an answer today. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm hoping it's a not guilty verdict. Hoping and praying for that. I don't think they have the right guy. I think there's a lot more to this.
All right. So now both of you guys are from Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
So that's great. I actually want to ask this question.
Yeah.
So, because Judge Gull, that's her home court, and like that was one of the things I've talked about a lot with this because this is a jury that was imported from your county. How much coverage was there of this case in Fort Wayne, like that you can remember? Not YouTube stuff, but like mainstream media. Was it pretty heavily covered?
There was a pretty fair amount of coverage, I would say. Little news bites, pretty frequently. I didn't really think it would be possible to find a jury that didn't have some kind of knowledge going into this because it was pretty well covered.
Did you have the same view of it?
I did not because I know a lot of people didn't know. Like when I would talk about it or bring it up, they didn't know. I actually work across the street from the courthouse, and like when stuff was going on at the courthouse, they're like, "What's going on?" And I would have to tell them. So I don't think that a lot of people knew. I mean,
Good. I mean, that's good. I don't want them to know. I wanted them to know nothing about this case. I wanted them to come in completely blind, and then just go by the facts and the evidence in the case. So, all right. So that's interesting. I'm glad. I had another couple of folks from Fort Wayne that I meant to ask the same question. So, all right. I mean, was most of the coverage that you saw really it was kind kind of probably about the battle between Gull and the lawyers.
Yeah, that would be the most of it. Yeah, that was definitely the biggest point of coverage.
I could see that being the case. I could see that being the case. Well, you guys are both awesome. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Thank
meet you,
you.
Bob.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep you still good? Yeah. All right, you're working like a champ here. Working like we skipped the media. They're too cool. They're too cool to talk to us. Because we're just YouTubers. You know, we're just YouTubers.
Media passes though, so they can cover 30 seconds on the nightly news.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's definitely good. All right, so we see. What's up? You guys want to come on live? Or did you already say no? Did you guys already say no? Or you want to? You're good? You want to come on? Don't be afraid, man. It's a phone pointing at you. I got 2 questions I'm asking people. It's 1, what do you think the jury's going to do? And 2, do you think they got the right guy?
Be either hung jury or not guilty, my opinion. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking they're going to be hung jury, and the reason I say that is I don't think the defense really put up a strong enough case for this jury to say that he's not guilty.
Now, you realize, of course, the defense doesn't have to prove jack shit.
Exactly. I understand that, but they also know what happened.
Trust, I get it. Like, I have never had a case that I've tried in court where I didn't think I had to prove my client was innocent.
See, I'm at a like a kind of standstill here because I didn't start following this until they told me about how Richard Allen was treated in prison. Well, I'm an old CO here in Indiana.
That means correctional officer for you guys out there that doesn't know.
So I mean, when they told me about how he was treated there, I was like, for my training, that shouldn't.
So that's amazing. So I want to ask you that. Did you work in a jail or a prison?
I worked at Pendleton.
Okay, so you worked and so that was one of the mental, and that was a mental health that's on the list of mental health facilities in terms of prisons.
I mainly worked around sex offenders, yeah.
Okay.
And in SEG, but yeah.
Okay, so you're in SEG. How long did you work there?
About 3 years.
And did you ever see anything in terms of your time at that prison where they treated any of the inmates in the same fashion that they treated Rick Allen?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, is that like unheard of?
The only way that you would ever get treated like that there is if you're doing a cell extraction. That is the only way that you're getting treated like that. I'm sorry, but you're not getting treated like that for 13 months.
And did you ever have, during your experience, a guy who was pre-trial, meaning he wasn't convicted? Did you ever have a guy on your...
No, they were all offenders. They were,
convicted or pled out, whatever the case may be. They were all felons, right, that were in there. So that's like a big difference that I think a lot of people forget
and
about
that's
this.
what I said. I didn't follow this case until, like I said, my brother and his girlfriend here started telling me about some of it, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Because, I can't go on camera with the laws and stuff of, the prison and the regulations, of course. But I'm just telling you, I know that it's not right.
It's awesome. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that intel. I'm glad you stopped and talked. Nice to meet you. All right. Give me the real dirt. Can I talk about it when I'm on camera and just not name you? I'll say unnamed source. That's fair. All right, so we're getting down to the end of the line here. These guys look like Court TV. Or you were my Court TV camera guy last night, right? No. Any of you guys interested in telling us what you think? Are you guys media or are you?
Yeah, sorry. We appreciate it though.
All right. Should. Got a pretty big audience. All right, so you guys any interest in coming on?
No, I don't have anything to say really. But
Nope.
Wait, who are you?
Bob
I
Mata.
knew it. I listen to your podcast.
Oh,
I
well.
No.
How about you? All right, awesome. Shake hands. I was going to do that. I always do a shoulder pat though first. So I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Chicago guy. All right. So what's your name? Where are you from?
James Gibbs. I'm from Greenfield, Indiana.
All right. So how far is that from here?
About an hour and a half.
Okay. So you made the trip up for verdict watch?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I got going on. I've been asking people a couple of questions. One, what's your gut on what you think the jury's going to do here? And two, what do you think they have the right guy? Is the bottom line.
I think at the end of the day, they don't have the right guy, and I think with the length of deliberation right now, I think they're just trying to figure out, what's going on. I think they're questioning a lot of different things that are going on, a lot of evidence that came out that was just not quite right. So I think they're just trying to figure out how they're going to give the verdict, but I don't think they're going to think he did it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a tough task for a juror. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, you gotta, if you're gonna acquit somebody, in a case like this where you've got the families of the girls sitting out there, and you have to be able to look them in the eyes when that verdict's being read. You have to imagine that's not an easy task, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, something horrible happened. They're trying to find who did it, but I think they just had the wrong guy this time. There's too much question and too much, doubt.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
thank you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
nice to meet you.
All right. You too. All right. How long we on run time?
45.
So that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right. You are amazing. Give me this because I want to get you back on camera. You have been phenomenal. How was this a steady hand, y'all? Do you guys? Well, I you want me to bring you and get you a coffee? It's the least I could do. It's the least I could do. You're amazing. You guys are all amazing. All right. So thank you. I appreciate that. So I guess I pretty much did the whole row. There's not much happening down here this way. If you guys can see behind me, that's the row. Here's the deal. If we get a verdict today, I will jump on back live again. From what I hear, it is supposed to be a 2-hour delay. If we are told that there's a verdict in the case and from when they're going to read the verdict. So there will be a gap there. My feelings on this, I do not think we're at 1:32 p.m. I do not think that they're going to come back with a verdict today. But I don't know how many times I've said it. I don't know shit when it comes to jurors. You can't know. You cannot know what they're going to do. You can't get in their brains. So it's like, but let me put it this way. I will not be surprised if this goes into Monday. If that's the case, I'm going to have the chance to be able to, I'm going to have the chance to be able to jump in the car, drive home, see my daughter, Cameron, see my dad, spend a little time with them, go to the Bears game with Cameron and her boyfriend, Ryan. And then get my ass in the car and drive back to Delphi for Monday verdict watch. So we had a great crowd in here. I thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Hopefully you found some enjoyment from that, some information, a little man on the street, or human on the street, as I like to say, interviews from some of the real folks, some of the folks that are probably very much like most of the juries in this case. So you guys rock, and thanks for hanging. Keep an eye out in case I go live again. Because remember, without y'all, I'm just an old man talking about a bunch of cases. See ya.